Hi, everybody. We continue our Bible study about Joseph's life, and we are in Genesis 43, and I entitled The Second Journey to Egypt. To recap from what happened previously, um, Joseph's brother came because there was famine in Canaan where they lived, and came in Egypt where Joseph was pretending that he recognized them by pretending they are spies. He just want to get all his family back to Egypt. He want to see his brother Benjamin and his father. So he had to through things he had to make sure that uh, Benjamin is coming. So continuation from there. So they went back. The brothers went back with filled up with grains, and Joseph put back in their sack their money on the top. So now it's not like they're posed that they are spies. It looks like they are thieves as well. So they are very scared and frightened. All right, let's keep going. So we're in Genesis 43, verse 1. Now the family was still severe in the land, so when they had eaten all the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and buy us a little more food." But Judah said to him, "The man warned us solemnly, 'You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you. If you will send our brother along with us, we will go down and buy food for you. But if you will not send him, we will not go down, because the man said to us, 'You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you.'" So um, Jacob, well, since the famine is like it was so severe, so bad, that the food that they had and they got it from Egypt, it ended up very fast. And he want to send the brothers back, his sons back to Egypt, but the brothers don't want to go. Even though Simeon was there, don't you think Joseph knew their hearts? They will just don't care. They will leave Simeon there and they will not care unless they will bring Benjamin, back to get food. They'll bring Benjamin with them. He will not get food, get nothing. But I says, and then plus he put a silver in their bags. So the brothers don't care about Simeon. They have to bring Benjamin in order to get food and get Simeon back. And tells their father like what is at stake. So they say, "We'll not go unless you give us Benjamin." Wow. Israel asked, "Why did you bring this trouble on me by telling the man you had another brother?" Whew. Yes. They replied, "The men questioned us closely about ourselves and our family. 'Is your father still living?' he asked us. 'Do you have another brother?' We simply answered his questions. How were we to know he would say, 'Bring your brother down here'?" As you can see, he loves so much Benjamin. He just doesn't want to let him go. His I guess Joseph's plan started to work. Yeah, then Judah said to Israel, his father. Now, I think Judah was very brave. And guess what? In the tribe of Judah comes Jesus, comes David, um, and he was very brave at this point. He said to his father, "Send the boy along with me, and we will go at once, so that we and you and our children may live and not die, because the famine, they have no food. I myself will guarantee his safety. You can hold me personally responsible for him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him here before you, I will bear the blame before you all my life." Wow, that's a big promise. As it is, if we had not delayed, we could have gone and returned twice. Because they keep delaying, Jacob doesn't want to give Benjamin. But now Judah stood up. He is very brave. He stood up, and he just say, even like he's giving himself completely for the cause to make sure he brings Benjamin back. None of them they will do it, but Judah did it, and probably that's why through the tribe of Judah came David and Jesus, because of the being so brave and being so, like it says, like, you can trust me. I give my life, and I will bring him. For sure, I'll bring him home. And if not, you can just make me responsible for that. Wow. Let's keep going. Verse 11. Then their father Israel, which is Jacob, said to them, if it must be, then do this. Put some of the best products of the land in your bags and take them down to the men as a gift. A little balm, a little honey, some spices and myrrh, some pistachio nuts and almonds. He say little balm because Steve was famine, and even little things, just for him as a little gift. Not a whole lot, because they need that to survive before, like a little honey, to survive from it before they will come back with food, pistachio and all that, almonds. Take double the amount of silver with you, for you must return the silver that was put back into the mouths of your sacks. Joseph, I told you, Joseph knew his father so well. He will not take the money and say, "Oh yeah, whoa, we have money now." Their brother will do that. Joseph's brother will do that. Like, now we have money. Good. We have grain and we have money, so that's good. But Jacob will not do such thing. And it says, return it back. It says perhaps it was a mistake, and take the money back with you, double the money, because the one to pay for the grains that they will bring back and the one that they will place in the sacks. Take your brother also and go back to the men at once, and may God Almighty grant you mercy before the men, so that he will let your brother, the other brother, and Benjamin come back with you. As for me, if I'm bereaved, I'm bereaved. Not sure if I say that right. The word is, if he's going to die, he's going to die. But he is grieving. He's still grieving for Joseph at this point. He still grieves for Joseph. But his heart, is like, even the little things he has is just to make that they can make right with the man in Egypt. And that's what God wants us to be. We are not spies. We just, give you a gift. It's not bribing, though. And send the money back. We are not thieves. We are not spies. We are people of God, and we want to show we are. And then he says, may God Almighty grant me mercy before the man, before the man that will not get in trouble, that will bring my children back. Wow. Those are big words. Verse 15. So then the men took the gifts and doubled the amount of silver, and Benjamin also, the men brothers, Joseph's brother. They hurried down to Egypt and presented themselves to Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, take these men to my house, slaughter an animal, and prepare a meal. They are to eat with me at noon. He missed Benjamin a lot. 13 years not seeing him. he grew up, probably may look different, and he just want to eat with them. I want to spend time with them. They want to hear them talking. They want to, because he understood their words. He just want to be there in the presence. Want to feed them, and have more like a family kind of thing, but on much further. Had to keep much further from them because they didn't know who he was yet. The man did as Joseph told him and took the man to Joseph's house. Now, what is the man, which are Joseph's brothers, half brothers. Now, the half brothers of Joseph were frightened when they were taken to Joseph's house. They thought, we were brought here because of the silver that was put back into our sacks the first time. He wants to attack us and overpower us and seize us as slaves and take our donkeys. Look at the donkeys. So they are terrified because they say, okay, was a mean man, took us as spies. Now we'd like to take us, we are thieves. And now, not just that, they put him not to go in what Pharaoh would be in the castle, would be in his own house. Like, this is not good, people. So it's what I thought in their mind. Because they are negative, they think negative. And then I can see why, they think they will take them as slaves and take their donkeys and all that. So they are terrified now at this point. So you know what to do. So they went up to Joseph's steward and spoke to him at the entrance to the house. We beg your pardon, our Lord, they say. We came down here the first time to buy food, but at the place where we stopped for the night, we opened our sacks and each of us found his silver, the exact weight in the mouth of his sack. So we have brought it back with us. We have also, because Jacob says so, not because they wanna have, because they were after money. They sold their own brother. We have also brought additional silver with us to buy food. We don't know who put our silver in our sacks. It's all right, he say, which was the steward while working the house there. Don't be afraid. Your God, the God of your father. Wow. And this is the steward that works in Joseph's house. And guess what? At this point, the steward and people in the house, I think they knew exactly what was going on. But they talk different language than Joseph's brother. So they talk in like an Egyptian, and their language. They talk to Joseph and it says, okay, here are my brothers and all that. And so they recognize, that's why they say that. Otherwise, they would not know what God and what. And they know Joseph and the God of Joseph because they work and serve in Joseph's house. So the stewards say, your God, which is their brother, Joseph's brother's God, the God of your father, which is Jacob's God, has given you treasure in your sacks. I received your silver. So I say the steward knew God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Wow. Is that something? Then he brought Simeon out to them. Is that something that we have people that work for us? You might have a business and you have employees. And then even your employees or like this would say like there were servants in Joseph's house. They knew what God Joseph was serving because their master was nice and kind. He would not do bad things. And then he would do amazing things. Probably everybody knew his story. how he ended up there. So they had to know who God was. Wow, that's amazing. Verse 24, the steward took the men into Joseph's house, gave them water to wash their feet, and provided fodder for their donkeys, like food and rest and everything else for their donkeys. They prepare like a donkeys where the donkeys will go. They have camels in Egypt, but donkeys were in Canaan. Probably, I would say, other than donkeys, the camels will last better and will do better job. But it's that they put their donkeys in a place that before till they go, they'll be fed and all that. They will taking care of the donkeys. They prepared their gifts for Joseph's arrival at noon because they had heard that they were to eat there. When Joseph came home, they presented to him the gifts they had brought into the house, and they bowed down before him to the ground. He asked them how they were, and then he said, "How is your aged father you told me about? Is he still living?" They replied, "Your servant, your father, is still alive and well." And they bowed down, prostrating themselves before him. Don't you think at one point when they are bowing down to him, Joseph, a click in his mind about his dream that he had? Yeah. Yeah. Because now it says, "We are your servant." When they do that like that, they say, "We don't mean harm. We are your servants." So they bow down to their brother. They don't know who he is yet, but the dream that they were like bowing down the grains to him, then his grain was above everybody else. Wow. God does not forget your dreams. If there's a dream like that you had, God will, and anyone he had double dream as is double dream, for sure it comes to be come alive. All right, let's go next. Verse 29, as he looked about and saw his brother Benjamin, his own mother's son, he asked, "Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about?" And he said, "God be gracious to you, my son." Deeply moved at the sight of his brother, Joseph hurried out and looked for a place to weep. He went into his private room and wept there. After he had washed his face, he came out and, controlling himself, said, "Serve the food." Wow. When he saw Benjamin, he was so moved and told, "God be gracious to you, my son." Wow. He missed his brother. They grew up together. They played together. They have the mother's love. They grew in love. Now, I'm not sure what Leah did with her children. They came so different. But Rachel, for sure, gave two kids so much love, and the boys they play together, together, care for each other, and they were different. All right, let's keep going. Verse 32, they served him by himself, the brothers by themselves, and the Egyptian who ate with him by themselves. So there were three groups: Joseph by himself, the brothers by themselves, and Egyptian by themselves. Why? Because Egyptian could not eat with Hebrews, for that is detestable to Egyptians. They consider them much lower than them. First, they come on the donkey, they have camels. And second, they have always the land, they always had, and they felt above everybody else. So they felt like Hebrews, they are much lower than them. Imagine that, and I say there's their culture, they will not eat in the same. And plus, it says the Egyptian could not eat with the Hebrew. But Hebrew will eat probably with Egyptian, but they eat their own custom food. They will not eat from Egyptians probably table whenever they eat, because Hebrew don't eat pigs and other creatures that probably Egyptian will eat. And the way of preparation of the food has to be kosher. But Joseph, that's why he invited them in his own house. Why? Because his servants will cook his specific food kosher, and is made for the brothers as well. They couldn't take them to the palace and feed them that kind of Egyptian food because they would not eat it. So he knew it. So he got them to their house where they all eat the same kind of food. Egyptian will eat their own food, but Joseph with his brothers will eat that specific kosher food. But they were separate. As you can see at the table, he's separate, they are separate, and Egyptian separate. The men had been seated before him in the order of their ages, from the firstborn to the youngest, and they looked at each other in astonishment. They didn't know what to say. When portions were served to them from Joseph's table, because Joseph was eating kosher food, Benjamin's portion was 5 times as much as anyone's else. Wow. So they feasted and drank freely with him, and they felt good. Wow. So I bet, like, Jacob was praying, and it says, "Let God have favor, then bring my sons back." And it has to establish some kind of, at this point, relationship that he may be trusted, and then he can say, I trust you, because it's going to be next phase. Is going to be, again, has to be a plan to bring Jacob, his father, Joseph's father, in Egypt. So he has to make sure everybody trusts him and eat, and then they feel good with him and they feel comfortable with him at this point. And he just want to enjoy and see his brother Benjamin and the other ones as well, eating there and having a good time. Wow. It ends up so quick. It's to be continued, yes, because it's a long story of Joseph life, and I'm just I had a very good time just thinking about this Bible study. When it came first, I was just so excited, and I barely wait to do next one and next one and next one. It's still a continuation because Joseph wants his family together in one place, and he has to planify well how he's going to bring his father Jacob to Egypt. All right. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoy it. Till next time, I say goodbye. Goodbye now.